Broad Street Review Podcast, Philly's online hub for arts, culture, and commentary, where art and ideas meet. I am your host, Darnell Radford. Today on the podcast, I head over to Walnut Street Theater to meet with Nicholas L. Parker, who portrays the title role of Shrek in Shrek The Musical. Here's my interview with Nicholas L. Parker. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
I'm your host, Darnell Radford, and today I am in a very echoey rehearsal space at Walnut Street Theater, and I'm here with Nicholas L. Parker.
How you doing, man?
How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm going to call you Nick for the rest of this interview.
That's totally fine.
All right, so we're here to talk about this tiny little musical on the main stage called Shrek.
Yes.
The Musical.
Yes.
I got to see it for opening night. It was a lot of fun.
I'm glad you did.
And it made me realize that I may have forgotten some of the original, story premise from the movie.
Yeah, there are a lot of parts, at least for me too, that I just forgot, and or jokes that I had to either go back and watch the movie and be like, oh yeah, that's what that was, or stuff like that. But yeah, no, they did a really good job at sticking to the movie.
Yeah. So, but before we get too deep into that, this is your first time on the podcast, so welcome.
Thanks. It's my first time ever on a podcast. You started, and I was like, thought you were talking to me. I was like, oh, he's talking to his listeners.
That's what you gotta do. You just gotta wing it. You keep it all nice and chill. But I've seen you on these stages many times, and please take this as positively as possible, as I always feel like you're like a bull in a china shop.
Oh,
when you show up
that
on
makes
stage.
sense. Yeah, I can take that.
It's like, there he is. He's such a presence.
Thank you very much, man.
You're thinking he should carry a show. He can carry a show.
Yeah, I've always wanted to try it a little bit, and honestly, this is the first time I've ever heard the phrase "carry a show" in that sense. And I guess it hasn't really clicked to me until very recently about what it means to have a show mostly just focused on you and what your arc is. So that's just been really, really nice to have to experience.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your time here at Walnut.
I guess to start from the beginning, I was an acting apprentice right out of college. I went to the University of the Arts for Musical Theater. And then right after that, I was an acting apprentice here, like I said, and did that for about a year. And then right after that, I was cast on the main stage in Memphis. And that was really fun because it was a co-production. So therefore, we spent maybe a month and a half in Florida and had a really great time, and then brought the show up here. So, and from there, I kind of stuck around, and I also started teaching as well and stuff like that. But I've just been around here, trying to break down as many barriers as I can when it comes to non-traditional casting and stuff like that. But just having a really great time.
And just looking past you, I could see the Memphis sign in the hall.
Oh, yeah. It's there everywhere. Yeah, actually.
I love the concept of that spring production because, the opportunity for artists to continue working and not just in one place, but to just sort of tour with it, but work with the same people for at least about 6 months or so. And
it was really great training for me because that was the longest I had ever been with the production itself. We did... during the apprenticeship, it was a year of doing 4 the same musicals over and over again. So that was really, really good practice, if you will. But really, when it came to actually working on a professional stage, professional production, working with actors who were on Broadway, I mean, that was my first thing. Is that it's the actors who maybe even did small things, but it was I'm talking to someone who is on Broadway. I'm on the stage with someone who did Broadway. That's blowing my mind. And so, that was really the really cool thing of it back then. And then, being able to travel with it and just staying with it for so long, it's you really get to hone it, and you really just, I don't know, It's something you really don't learn in college. Let me tell you the truth. Yeah, you. One thing I did not learn, not to like slight UArt's great school and everything, but did not learn what it meant to be consistent.
Yeah.
And what it meant to sustain yourself over time. They were really big on like, you know, making big choices, as you can tell with me whenever time I'm on stage. But they were really adamant on like I said, big choices, big diverse choices, diverse ways of coming to work, of which I think I was able to hone. But when it came to sticking to it over and over again, that's definitely something I learned at the Walnut.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, there's so many companies here in Philadelphia where everybody can sort of thank for, you know, building solid foundations,
Very much
you
so.
know, beyond the college experience. Because you're right. You do learn these foundations so that you have a great understanding of the industry you're about to walk into.
Exactly.
But little things like, you know, maybe your focus was acting and you don't know a whole lot about producing. And,
No. And that's, I mean, honestly, I mean, to segue into that, I mean, because I've worked with so many like great directors here too, now I've wanted to like start directing now. You know what I mean? I did Goosebumps last year, and now I'll be doing Grace the President this year. And so it's like, it's stuff like that it's like, it taught me that I had to be more than just a triple threat, if that makes sense. You know, it's definitely, it was a really great learning experience for me. Definitely apprenticeship.
Cool. Yeah. So we're doing all that, a little bit of educating, continuing to hone your craft, and here we are.
Here we are, yes.
Here we are in the title role of Shrek, the musical. So tell us about Shrek the Musical.
Shrek the Musical is basically, like, give the synopsis of it. Yeah. Basically, it's about a guy, but who's really actually an ogre, living in a world where basically he wants things to be the same. He kind of would like things to be the same because anytime he steps out of his boundaries, out of his comfortable zone, that's when things start to go awry. That's when, you know, people look down on him, judge him, scared from him, try to kill him because they're afraid of him. So it really talks about you know, the journey of a guy who loses everything that he has and has to do everything that he needs to get it back. And in that, he learns a lot about himself. He meets a lot of new people, and he falls in love, and he gets the girl at the end of the day. So yeah, you can't go wrong. You never go wrong.
It is hilarious, the concept, because I completely forgot. I was like, oh, that's how they all got there. And that's why he had to go and fight for his land back. And then it's like, oh, this sends him on this journey.
No, and I mean, honestly, the guy who plays Farquaad, Ben Dibble, he's just amazing.
Oh my God.
He's probably one of the best. I've never seen him play like a villain role, and this is really great to just like, and it's funny, I'm supposed to be like scared of him, but every day I'm on stage, I'm just like, oh, you're so cute.
That's what I was going to ask you. I'm like, how are you not breaking character?
I break. Because there's times I have another guy I work with on stage who, like, every day something's like a little bit slightly different, and it's like, it's not like big, but it's subtle, and it's enough to make me just crack up laughing, and then I'll be backstage and I'll be like, you got me again, you know. So you know, it's really fun.
Well, it's funny how musicals play out, because we definitely know who our heroes should be because of how they're introduced.
Very much so.
But then we fall in love with so many of the villains too, because they're all flamboyant.
I don't think there's anyone in this like show who you can't like. I think Shrek does everything he can to make you not like him, but even in those moments, you're still like, oh, come on, Shrek, you know you can do better.
You just need a hug.
You just need a hug. You just, you know what I mean? You just need some love, and everything will be fine. So, I agree with you definitely.
I feel like the audience in relation to Shrek is kind of the equivalent of Donkey.
Yes.
Where we see the good in you, and we see the good in Shrek, and we want Shrek to see it in himself.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I've never really thought about that point too, because I mean, first of all, I mean, the audience loves Donkey. I mean, you can't not love him. I mean, he's just like he's the comedic relief we really need. And even it's funny how you could have comedic relief in a comedy, and like that's like I don't know, but it's like. Yeah, Shrek can be so serious sometimes that you forget that we're supposed to be happy and light, and then donkey comes in and just punches you in the gut. Literally, me punching me in the gut literally a couple times. And that definitely reminds me. And it's, oh man, yeah, I never really thought about that before. But like, yeah, the audience is basically taking a ride with the donkey. Yeah. And yeah, that's really beautiful.
And donkey's played by Dana Orange.
Yep, Dana Orange, yes.
And don't let the costume fool you. He's quite flexible.
Yes, right? So, my mom, of all people, my mom was like, is donkey really thick like that? I'm like, no, Mom, as a costume. You think I'm really that big? Come on now. Like, it's a costume. He's like, oh, for a second there. And my dad was like, are you lip singing up there? Do you sing all that? I'm like, yes, Father, I sing all of that. That's why I'm drinking my tea right now so I can get through the rest of the run.
Oh, that's right. I think I sat in the aisle with your parents.
You did?
Yes.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Awesome.
We're sitting there going, oh, there he is.
Yeah. That's funny.
So let's talk about this costume and prep.
Definitely.
The thing I love that Walnut does is Walnut sort of peeks behind the curtain and shows you a little bit what's going on in the dressing room. We have actors taking over the social media. And there's a bit in there that shows you getting ready for makeup. So how long does that take?
Makeup usually takes between 10 and 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, about good 10 minutes. I usually start in makeup around 20 minutes to let's say about 30 minutes to top a show, and then I have another like 15 to 10 minutes left of like just getting ready my stuff ready. So not that long, and the lady who does it, she's really great, and she's at this point she's done it so many times that she just slaps it on and then leaves, and it's totally
like
fine.
place that back.
Yeah. And literally, but it's gotten to a point where like she'll pull out certain like brushes, and I'll be like, oh, that's my eyes, and I'll just close my eyes. She'll pull out certain brushes, and I'm like, oh, there you go, got it. Like, and we're like in sync. So, boom. And it's the same thing with my costumer.
So
yeah. It's just like at a certain time, boom, we're all in, and then we're good to go within like a good 20 minutes. So it's pretty nice. Yeah.
And that costume, is it warm?
It's warm, yes, very much. Actually, I just did the Thanksgiving Day parade, and it was like a good 50 degrees out there, windy.
Got lucky this year, because
very much so.
It was super cold.
Well, I didn't have a jacket on, and luckily that costume definitely kept me warm.
Yes.
Like, that's how warm that thing is. But it's not that many layers, and it's not as heavy as one would think. A lot of the heaviness, I guess, comes from like how I honestly, from the boots. The boots are like a double, like they're literally like a boot inside of a boot.
Yeah.
And so that kind of like double heaviness does lend is probably like the most work that I do, but like everything else is pretty much light. Yeah. My cowl that I wear can be a little restricting because it's stuck to my head, and so like anytime I look left, my whole shoulders come with me, and so like it's like a fully physical role. Yeah.
I'm always thinking about where's that microphone?
Oh, it's I actually have two microphones. I have one like that's coming out of my like little headpiece that I wear, and then I have one on my vest.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, very simple. But yeah, no. I'm sorry, you're not able to see them on stage? You didn't see them on stage?
Oh no, I see them.
Oh, okay.
But I'm always worried. Like there's a moment where you've got a helmet on, and when that comes out, you're like, ah.
Yeah, no. Although the mic guy backstage, he's constantly like in my face, like, hey, is it fixed? Because I'm so physical on stage. I'm doing, especially the helmet. The helmet will definitely mess up my mic, and I sweat a lot, and so moisture will get into the mic a lot. So I'm constantly like breaking the theater's equipment just in my sweat. So there we go.
You're like, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm just yeah.
So are there multiple costumes, or is it just the one?
It's just the one for me. I've gone through two sets of headpieces, but altogether it's just one costume that we've just been rocking with. Yeah.
So this production has a little bit of everything. There's some puppetry in there with that dragon.
Yes,
like,
very much so.
What were your thoughts when you first saw everything come together?
You know, it was really like a breath of fresh air because I had done this show so many times in smaller capacities. I assisted directed it with the education department 2 years ago, and then I also I did Donkey. I played Donkey not too long ago too. So back maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. So I've always been with the company and been with this show, but I've never actually like been able to like do it and be a part of it, and then also see like like nothing against like student actors and kid actors, but like when you see like actual adult actors who their profession is to act and their profession is to really put on a show, and you see them apply that to this show, it's really a beautiful thing to see every night because they're just such amazing actors. They really are. Yeah.
And so there's some great dance numbers in here, and so but you're in the lead company, so you're not doing all of those dances.
No, the most dancing that we do is at the end. Actually, is the finale. It's funny. We always laugh. We're like, we just did a whole show. Now we gotta do a dance number. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey.
But do you know those? Do you know those routines by now?
Yes, actually, I'm not gonna lie.
You're in the back, just like.
Well, it's funny. So backstage. During the rat tap number at the top of Act 2, a lot of the actors we're always watching it because that's one of our favorite numbers, and it's gotten to a point where like we can like either like speak it like rap tap 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 and stop double tap change that, or we'll just be actually doing the movement backstage to like get our bodies warm because those intermissions will be so long that we have like another 10 minutes of just like ramping ourselves up and getting ready. And so we'll usually just do the rat tap with them and like keep going forward. But I keep telling them, I'm like, one day you're gonna see Shrek in a rat hat, top hat, and a rat jacket out there just tapping away because he finally learned it. Yeah, the last show. I'm telling you, last show's gonna be fun.
All bets are off.
Yeah, all bets are off. All bets.
Final show is nothing like the first show.
Final show. I mean, in general, the final show is always the best because yes, it is real easy to just do all the stuff that you've wanted to do for the past like 2.5 months, but you can't because you still got to keep your show. Yeah. But the energy and the connection between everyone is so strong because it's going to be the last time you really do it with everyone. Yeah. So it's gonna, I think this is going to be on like top of my list of harder last shows to do. Yeah, definitely.
And so you never really think about it because you're sitting in the house, and the house is lower. It's proscenium stage, so the stage just looks gigantic. But you're up there, and so from my count, I guess not counting the understudies, there's about 40 people in this thing.
Yeah, all together backstage.
With the weekend crew of kids and everything, it's like. It really does take a kingdom.
It really does
to run this production.
That and as much as you see like so much choreography on stage, there's an equal amount of choreography backstage. I mean, like the stagehands and the dressers. I mean, first of all, shout out to them. They do an amazing job. And I mean, it's a ballet in itself. I mean, people are constantly like you have to remember. I have to stand here right after I get off stage for a second because I know Julia's going to fly past me because she's trying to get on stage for her quick change, or I have to like stand, or I can't stand in a certain place because I know these 5 actors are about to fly off stage after doing a number and they just have to run off stage. So if I'm standing there, I can't be there. I always, every day, you see the same dressers doing the same things, in the same spots, ready, wearing, so it's a ballet on and off stage, and it's a really beautiful thing altogether.
There was this moment in one of the dance sequences, and Donkey does a death drop. And I am like floored.
And he does it every night.
Because I know like half the audience does not realize like this is just a dance move, but I'm like, that's a death drop.
Right? Yeah. And the fact that you could do that 8 times a night, I mean, like, trust me, it gets me every time. It really does.
And in a costume, too.
I mean, like, and he gets up like nothing happens and keeps going on to do a scene, and then I'm like, come on now. I mean, that's a force to be reckoned with right there, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Great.
I know when you think about the Macy's parade, Broadway has to move everything over, they move their team over to the street so they can do that, and it's like a big to-do. What is it like to be a part of that here at the Walnut?
I mean, honestly, it's not that different. I mean, I'm sure it's kind of a smaller scale because we're not on Broadway, of course, but it was a great experience. First of all, just when I found out, weirdly enough, I was doing Shrek maybe about 1.5 years ago, one of the first things that went through my mind was like, oh, I to do the parade. And so for like a year and a half, I'm like, I'm doing the parade.
Like, everybody's got to stay in town or just tune in.
Yeah, right. But then when the week came, I was like, oh, I'm doing the parade. And it's on Thanksgiving. So, but it was a really great experience to be able to, first of all, to like kind of adjust it a little bit for the camera, because everything you're doing is for like this little tiny box.
Yeah.
But just in general, it's a little bit of hard work when it comes to, first of all, so early in the morning. We had a night show that night, and then we had to be back to the theater at 8:30 that morning. I heard on Broadway, apparently, if you have a night show, you just got to be right back there at 5 o'clock in the morning for your Macy's Day show. So I'm not complaining too much, but still, that's early, you know. Yeah, get 8:30, and then we got right into costume, and then we hopped on a bus, and we were in the waiting room. We waited around for a little bit. Got a shout out from Yolanda Adams. That was really cool. I was like, Yolanda. She was like, hey, Shrek. And I was like, ah. So that was fun.
Oh my God, she said hey.
Yeah, she said, hey, God bless you. So that was really cool. And then, you kind of just, once you're in it, you kind of just do it. It felt the same as a regular performance, luckily, which was really helpful. We just had a really great time. Also, Julia, she plays Fiona. She was right there with me, and so honestly, it was definitely one of those moments like, if I didn't know what to do next, I'll look right, and she's right there. So I know, so it was really fun. But it was a great experience, and the kids had a really great time too.
Yeah, I thought your voices sounded great.
Oh, thank you very much.
But sometimes when you're outside, it's different, because now it's like concert voice. It's not the same as like indoor, back of the house.
Lip syncing. Sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off. But this whole time, I didn't want you to give me too much credit. This is how the sausage gets made. I didn't want to give you too much credit before. But it was all lip syncing.
But you know what? Because you're doing a lot of movement there. So anyone have the breath work for that anyway. So
apparently, anytime anyone performs outside, it's all lip sync. Yeah. So like apparently when, even when Yo-Yo Ma performed at Obama's inauguration 10 years ago, a long time ago. Apparently that was all like pre-recorded. So when you see him playing, it's like, I guess he's not actually playing, but like he's not mic'd. Yeah. So what he had like pre-recorded, he's just like playing over top of. And same thing with Aretha Franklin and all those things whenever you see that. So that was like one of like the first big things that I learned, was just like lip syncing and what that means.
You're like,
and how fun it is. Yeah, right. Like, it was so cool. So
you got the dance in front of the Art Museum steps.
Very much so. This is
here
very
in Philadelphia, the Art Museum steps.
Definitely
not whatever else you want to call it outside of Philadelphia.
Yep.
Those are the steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art.
Yeah, very much so. Many other famous people performed there, so it's really great to are there any memorable moments at this point? We're sort of like, are we like halfway? I guess we're kind of like halfway. We're definitely in the halfway mark, yeah.
Are there any sort of memorable moments, like things that happen on stage or things that happen backstage that stand out for you?
I want to like tell a story, but I don't want it to make it seem like I'm an a-hole, because I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not. But
all right, so we heard the preface.
Yeah, you heard the preference. You get to
Even though Nick is clearly sitting here in a Slytherin t-shirt.
I am wearing a Slytherin t-shirt.
I just need you to know that
this goes with more of my
I am a Gryffindor and Nick is a Slytherin, and but he is not an a-hole.
No, I'm not. So our show, we have a passerelle on our stage, and it's like basically it's a. We moved, usually the pit is right next to the audience, but they moved the pit back 3 feet. Back 3 feet, and gave us like a stage in front of the pit that we could basically walk along. And every once in a while we get that one patron that's like, oh, this passerelle is clearly a table for my program. So I'm going to leave my program on the stage where all these actors are about to start walking up and down. So one day, there were like 3 programs on the stage, and I'm not proud of it. And, I said, if this ever happens again, I won't do it. I'll just tell stage management. But definitely kind of like kicked them off stage. And like one of them kind of like starred, like ninja starred back at someone, and it was just like flicked out. It was just really messy, and I'm sure the whole time they were just like, "Oh, Shrek sucks" because he kicked our programs back at us. But there was a part of me that was like, I kind of loved it. I kind of loved because it was part of the character, and it was on the stage, and yeah, I really loved that. I don't know why, but I really
Just
enjoyed
look at him
that.
and say, "I'm sorry, there's no spike tape for this program
at all." And I once again, I felt bad right after I did it, but like in the moment, I was just like, "Get these off stage! I'm Shrek!" Yeah! So yeah.
So sometimes you got like, how many shows do you do in a week?
8.
Okay. And so I was sometimes I'm in the green room because I'm always around this place.
No,
I think
that's real.
Walnut should find a way to cut Darnell Radford a paycheck.
Hey.
I'm in this building a lot. But
I mean, maybe you're just like the PR guy. You're just like going around.
They got our job.
Right.
But it makes you think about, like, you're in here and you're doing all this work. How do you restore? How do you reset and prepare yourself for the next performance? Like, what does your downtime look like?
My downtime, honestly, my downtime can be very mental sometimes because physically, I like to rest my body, but the show is so emotional for me sometimes that sometimes I need just stimulation that isn't as emotional and just straightforward. So I'll play a lot of video games. I'm a huge video gamer. One game I play right now is Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay. It's a cowboy game where basically I'm a cowboy. And it's stuff like that where it's like after a day of playing that role, I can come home and just be a cowboy for a second. It's just kind of, you know what I mean? Just kind of like back away from that world just to find myself again. And then, kind of get right back into it, really, because that's also, it's part of the job.
Yeah.
It's really, but I will definitely say that I am a huge mental relaxed guy. So I will watch TV, I'll watch a movie, or I'll play a video game to like kind of calm me down, and then hopefully pass out by like 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's how I felt about Watch Dogs 2, which is a PS4 game, and I would just say, you know what, I feel like driving around San Francisco.
Sometimes even with Grand Theft Auto, like it can get pretty violent, but sometimes I just want to drive really fast down the highway and not have the cops pull me over. You know what I mean?
The radio,
and it'd be safe because no one's getting hurt and it's not real life. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that it's just like that small escape is just really nice for me.
So have you had the opportunity to engage like the younger audience in costume?
Not as much. We met one student that came to meet us, and it was really fun. But not that much, really. I often. It's funny. A lot of the kids in the show were my students, so that was fun. But when it comes to like the actual audience members, not as Shrek. Usually as Nick, I'll come out and sign autographs. But honestly, half the time they barely even recognize me because I'm just in a green face. So I'm just some guy walking back.
Why aren't you green?
Yeah. Or people will be like, "Why is everyone talking to that guy? He's just a guy."
I'm still very much Slytherin. Just so you know.
Very much so. Very much.
I'm not going to let you live this
down.
Oh
no, don't worry. Please. I'm very proud. Merlin was a Slytherin, right?
Who?
Merlin? Yeah, he was Slytherin. People always think, but it's like, we're not that bad. It's just how you use it.
I know there's good in all of them. I just think there's better in Gryffindor.
Oh, of course. And Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw would say the same thing.
Yes, definitely. No, I just think it's fun. But
definitely. Trust me. I mean, my whole honeymoon was at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, right?
Nice.
I spent literally 5 days with my wife in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, walking around with our custom wands and our Slytherin stuff, just Wingardium Leviosa everywhere. It was too fun. Oh my god, it was really fun.
Okay, so you have custom wands, but do you have anyone else's wand?
No. For something about like my own personal wand, just felt so right to me. Plus, when you go there, you can they have wands, they have woods connected to your birthday, so you can get your own personal wood that's connected to your birthday, and like it's basically like a zodiac sign, but for a wand, basically.
Cool.
So that's I got mine, and Jasmine got hers, and so yeah, we're very happy. Like all the other ones are cool, but something about having your own personal.
So I have a wand. A friend bought it for me for Christmas. Just handed me this box, and I didn't give it any thought, and I put it under my tree, and then I opened it up. And I see this box, and I look at it, and it's velvet lined.
Oh my goodness!
And I pull these things out, and I'm looking at the wand, and it's Sirius Black's wand.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I lied. My first wand was Sirius Black's wand.
Yeah,
and it is the dopest one
so
in the
ornate.
world. Oh my goodness!
It's wonderful,
especially with the handle, the
yes.
little intricacies in the handle.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
So I pick it up, and I immediately posed. You know, and
I don't blame you, man. You can't help
anybody
it.
who's ever held a wand, you
Yes,
just know
all
you're
you
just
do.
automatically
You
in
can't
the
help
show,
it, yes.
and you're just like. And I remember taking a picture, and it was sort of like a cross between, a student at Hogwarts and Elliot Alderson.
That's awesome.
I love it robot because I was wearing a hood.
Yes.
And I was just like,
that's awesome. Yeah, I totally understand that, man. And sometimes when you get your first wand, I totally forgot that was. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was my first wand. Was Sirius Black, and then I finally got my own. And then actually, in you can get two types. Apparently, they don't sell the two types anymore, but you can basically get one that has a chip in it, so you can go up to a window, do like a certain, like they'll tell you what the movement is. So let's say it's like a triangle, basically.
Oh, wow.
You do that, and then like a toilet will flush,
Yeah.
or like fireworks will go off in a window, or like a whole wall of lights will light up with like certain things that you do.
Yeah.
So.
So we'll have to have a separate
We can talk
interview.
For
We can talk about the
hours
Wizarding World.
about Harry Potter, bro.
But so I know that you've got to get into makeup now, and I thank you for taking the time to come
thanks
chat
for
with
having
me.
me, man.
The production is Shrek the Musical.
Yeah.
It's here at Walnut Street Theater. You can go to walnutstreettheater.org, and that's theater RE, and you must buy at least 2 tickets because theater is more fun with a +1.
Hey.
And it's on stage till January 5th. And yes, so
They really do need to hire you. That was really good.
I know, I've been saying that forever, and as soon as I said it, I was like,
man.
I need to put that on a T-shirt.
Oh, that
patent
is
it.
good.
There it is.
Yeah, you can get
Yes.
that tattooed, man. That's
You can
nice.
say it. You can go ahead and use it.
Thank you very
But
much.
Nick, it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
with you,
I've
man.
been
It really is.
actually looking for an opportunity to sit down and talk
I'm
with
the
you.
same with
So
you, man.
as
It's
soon
been
as
really
I
great.
saw Shrek coming up, I was like, yes, I'm gonna
Great.
get Nick Parker.
Awesome.
That's gonna be great.
I'm so happy that we got to
All
do
right,
this,
so
man.
thanks a lot for chatting with
Thank
me.
you.
And enjoy the rest of the run.
I will. Thank you very much, man.
Head on over to our website at www.broadstreetreview.com and click Get Involved at the top. While you're there, help keep us running and click Contribute to find out how. Connect with us on social media, on Facebook and Twitter at Broad Street Review. Thank you for helping to keep the conversation going.